This is a moment of maximum danger in the Middle East. Iran's most powerful military commander is issuing a stark warning, while the United States moves a massive force closer to Iranian waters. Both sides say they want restraint. Both sides are preparing for impact. Iran's Islamic Revolution Guards Corps is now saying its forces have their hands on the trigger. The message comes directly from Major General Mohammad Pakpour, the chief commander of the IRGC. His warning is blunt, public, and unmistakably aimed at Washington and Israel. Pakpour says enemies must learn from what they suffered in the 12-day imposed war in June. He warns that any miscalculation will be met with consequences far more painful and deeply regret-inducing. His words are not symbolic, they are operational. According to Pakpour, Iran's defensive power has been strengthened more firmly than ever before. He says the country's security posture has been reinforced against what he calls American Zionist hostility and malicious acts. The language signals readiness, not rhetoric. The message is simple: Iran is prepared to act immediately if ordered. This warning lands as the United States dramatically escalates its military posture. President Donald Trump confirms a big force is moving toward Iran. He tells reporters a massive flotilla has been deployed to the region. He insists he hopes it will not be used. Trump says the United States is watching Iran very closely. He repeats that he would rather not see anything happen.
Where do things stand with Iran? The U.S. has got sizable military assets.
You know, we have a lot of ships going that direction, just in case. We have a big flotilla going in that direction, and we'll see what happens. We have a big force going toward Iran. I'd rather not see anything happen, but we're watching them very closely. I stopped 837 hangings on Thursday. They would have been dead. Every one of them would have been hung. This is like from 1,000 years ago. This is an ancient culture. Very smart people, by the way, but it's an ancient culture. 837, mostly young men, were going to be hung on Thursday. And I said, if you hang those people, you're going to be hit harder than you've ever been hit. It'll make what we did to your Iran nuclear look like peanuts. And an hour before this horrible thing was going to take place, they canceled it. And they actually said they canceled it. They didn't postpone it. They canceled it. So that was a good sign. But we have an armada. We have a massive fleet heading in that direction. And maybe we won't have to use it. We'll see.
Would you like the supreme leader to step down or to go into exile?
Right now. I don't want to get into that. But they know what we're looking for.
You said today that they want
There's a lot of killing going on.
You said today they want to talk and we'll talk. So if you set something up and they asked you to...
Yeah, I would. But, you know, we've talked to them a lot. They should have made a deal before we hit them with the nuclear, because we really, that was a devastating hit. That whole area is out of play. And if they try and do it again, they're going to have to go to another area. We'll hit them there too, just as easily, much more easily. Because that was very advanced. They were building that for 10 years. And they'd have to start anew. So, you know, there was a total obliteration.
Back to Iran for a second. We've seen wild variation in the numbers supposedly killed in those protests. Have you seen a reliable estimate about how many people were killed?
Well, nobody knows the number. I mean, it's a lot no matter what. Hey, if it was one person, in this country, if it's one person, it's, you know, front page news. It's a lot of people. But, you know, there's a difference between a lot and 20,000 people. So we'll find out what it is. We're going to find out exactly what it is.
The movement of forces tells a different story. A show of strength is now unfolding in real time. The escalation follows months of instability inside Iran. In late December, sporadic economic protests broke out across the country. Iranian authorities say those protests were quickly hijacked by violent rioters. They accuse US and Israeli leaders of inciting unrest and aiding operatives on the ground. Iran's foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, later issued a sharp warning of his own. Writing in the Wall Street Journal, he said Trump's threats incentivized terrorist cells. He accused them of pursuing maximum bloodshed to drag the United States into war on Israel's behalf. The claim raised alarms about deliberate escalation. Iran's Security Council has now released grim figures. It says 2,427 people were martyred in what it calls a full-scale atrocity orchestrated by the US and Israel. An additional 690 people were killed during the riots. The total reported death toll stands at 3,117. The numbers are contested internationally, but the message from Tehran is absolute. Iran sees itself under coordinated attack, politically, militarily, and internally, and it says it is no longer willing to absorb pressure quietly.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out Tehran.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.